Part 21.4 Al-Anbiya, the Prophets. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to Sufi Essence with Hammad Syed. We continue our illuminating journey through the heart of Surah Al-Anbiya, a sacred chapter that serves as a powerful testament to the unity of creation and the profound purpose behind it all. In our previous sessions, we explored the dire consequences of heedlessness and the historical fate of nations that chose to live in defiance of divine law. Today, we turn our attention to verses that unveil a deeper, more majestic reality. The universe is not a product of chance or idle sport, but a meticulously designed system with a grand design and a sublime purpose. We will delve into verses 16 to 20, which systematically dismantle the notion of a universe created in vain and affirm the perpetual and humble worship of all that exists in the heavens and the earth. This is an invitation to see beyond the mundane, to recognize the divine artistry in every atom, and to understand our place in this cosmic symphony of praise. Kanzel, Iman Quran, Al-Anbiya, the Prophets. 21:16, verse 16. And we did not create the heavens and the earth, and what is between them for play. This verse is a profound and direct refutation of a fundamental misconception about the nature of existence. The word play, or leb here, signifies an act that is frivolous, without purpose, and ultimately meaningless. It is an activity done for mere amusement, with no serious goal. This verse is a powerful declaration that the universe, with all its vastness and complexity, was not created in such a manner. Every star, every galaxy, every particle of dust, and every living creature has a purpose. The intricate balance of the cosmos, the perfect rotation of the planets, the delicate ecosystems on Earth, all point to a creator with a master plan, a sublime design. The notion of a purposeless universe, one that came into being by a random cosmic accident, is spiritually and intellectually indefensible. From a Sufi perspective, this verse speaks to the very core of our being. If the heavens and the earth were not created for play, then neither were we. Our lives are not a cosmic accident, and our existence is not without meaning. This verse is a call to awaken from the slumber of purposelessness and to recognize the sacred trust we have been given. The entire universe is a manifestation of divine names and attributes, and our purpose is to discover and reflect those attributes. Our life is a journey with a destination, a test with an outcome, and a sacred trust that demands our utmost reverence and responsibility. This verse serves as a powerful reminder to every human being that their life is a precious gift, and that every moment holds profound significance. Kanzel Iman, Quran, Al-Anbiya, the Prophets. 21:17. Verse 17. Had we intended to take a diversion, we could have taken it from before us, if we were to do so. This verse is a magnificent display of divine majesty and absolute self-sufficiency. It further demolishes the idea of a creator who needs to create for amusement. The word diversion, or law, suggests something that distracts or diverts one's attention. The verse states that if Allah had a need for diversion, He could have found it from before us. This phrase can be understood in two profound ways. It can mean that Allah's perfect and eternal essence is so magnificent and complete that it is a source of infinite majesty, requiring no external creation for amusement. Alternatively, it can mean that if Allah had a need for such a thing, He could have created something entirely different and superior to the heavens and the earth for that purpose. In either interpretation, the verse is a powerful affirmation of Allah's absolute transcendence and independence from His creation. He does not create out of a need for something. He creates out of a profound and benevolent will to be known. The Sufi understands this verse as a window into the nature of divine perfection. Allah is not a being who is in need of anything, for need is an attribute of the created. The act of creation is a manifestation of His will, not a fulfillment of a need. This understanding frees the believer from the anthropomorphic notions of God and allows for a deeper appreciation of the divine. Our existence, therefore, is a pure gift, an unearned act of divine grace and mercy. This realization fosters a state of profound humility and gratitude, for we exist not because the Creator needed us, but because in His infinite love He willed for us to be. Kanzel Iman, Quran, Al-Anbiya, the prophets, 21:18 verse 18. Rather, we cast the truth upon falsehood, and it destroys it, and thereupon falsehood vanishes out. And for you is destruction for what you describe. This verse is a powerful metaphor for the eternal struggle between truth and falsehood. The Arabic word for truth is al-haq, and for falsehood is al-batil. The verse uses the dramatic image of al-haq being cast upon al-batil, much like a mighty wave crashing upon a sandcastle or a strong light shining into a dark room. The result is immediate and absolute. It destroys it, and thereupon falsehood vanishes. Falsehood has no inherent substance. It is a parasitic entity that can only exist in the absence of truth. Once truth arrives, falsehood cannot withstand it. It disintegrates and disappears. This is a profound spiritual law. The power of truth is not in physical might, but in its very essence. It is a force that, once revealed, leaves no room for falsehood. The phrase, "and for you is destruction for what you describe," is a dire warning to those who persist in falsehood. The destruction wail is a consequence of their actions, their lies, their slanders, and their attempts to misrepresent the truth. Their verbal and intellectual efforts to describe the truth as falsehood, the prophet, peace be upon him, as a liar, will ultimately lead to their own spiritual and physical ruin. This verse provides immense comfort and reassurance to the believers, for it confirms that their struggle is not in vain. The final victory of truth is an absolute certainty, a divine promise that can never be broken. Hadith, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, himself beautifully demonstrated this principle upon the conquest of Mecca. When he entered the Kaaba, which had been filled with idols, he struck each idol with his staff, reciting the verse, "The truth has come, and falsehood has vanished. Indeed, falsehood is ever bound to vanish." Kanz al-Aman, Quran, The Night Journey, 17-81. This historical event is a perfect real-world manifestation of the Quranic principle in this verse. It shows that truth, when it arrives in its fullness, has the power to destroy all forms of falsehood, no matter how entrenched or worshipped. Kanz al-Iman, Quran, Al-Anbiya, the Prophets. 21:19, verse 19. And to him belongs whoever is in the heavens and the earth. And those who are with him are not too proud to worship him, nor do they tire. This verse shifts our focus from the struggle between truth and falsehood on earth to the state of affairs in the celestial realm. It is a magnificent declaration of Allah's absolute dominion over all of creation, both visible and invisible. The statement "to him belongs whoever is in the heavens and the earth" affirms his complete ownership and sovereignty. The inhabitants of the heavens, the angels, are then described in a manner that stands in stark contrast to the rebellious and arrogant disbelievers on earth. The angels are not too proud, Yestabirin, to worship their Lord. This is a direct contrast to the human ego, which is often inflated with pride and arrogance, leading it to refuse submission. Furthermore, the angels do not tire Yafatrun. Their worship is not a burdensome chore. It is their very nature, their perpetual state of being. They are in a constant state of glorification and praise, a state that is effortless and endless. This verse serves as a profound example of the ideal state of servitude, of total and unceasing devotion. The Sufi recognizes this state as the ultimate goal of the spiritual path to reach a state of fana, annihilation of the self, where one's very existence becomes an act of worship, a state of constant praise and remembrance, without fatigue or boredom. The perfect tranquility of the celestial realm is a reflection of the perfect submission of its inhabitants. Kanz al-Aman, Quran, Al-Anbiya, the Prophets. 21:20, verse 20. They glorify him night and day, and they do not slacken. This final verse in our segment is a breathtaking conclusion to the previous one. It further details the nature of the angels' worship. They glorify him night and day, a metaphorical expression for the constancy of their praise. Their glorification is not limited to specific times or rituals. It is a continuous, uninterrupted state. The phrase "and they do not slacken," la yaftrun, reinforces the perpetual and effortless nature of their worship. Unlike human beings, whose devotion can be intermittent and who are prone to distraction and fatigue, the angels are in a state of eternal wakefulness and devotion. This is a profound spiritual lesson for us. The goal is not merely to perform acts of worship, but to cultivate a state of being where our entire existence is an act of worship. Hadith, The hadith that connects with this verse is from Sahih Muslim, Book 4, Hadith 204. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "Do you hear what I hear? I hear the squeaking of the heavens. It is right for the heavens to creak, for there is no space in it of 4 fingers, except that there is an angel, putting its forehead down in prostration to Allah." This hadith is a powerful confirmation of the Quranic verses we have just explored. It provides a vivid and awe-inspiring image of the celestial realm, where every inch of space is filled with angels in a state of continuous, unceasing prostration and worship. This reality should fill the heart of a believer with profound awe and inspire us to strive for a similar state of perpetual devotion, a state where our hearts are always connected to the Creator, whether we are standing, sitting, or lying down. Let us now supplicate, drawing from the profound lessons of these verses, asking Allah to grant us a deeper understanding and to guide our every step. O Allah, the Creator of the heavens and the earth, we testify that you did not create this universe in vain. Open our eyes and our hearts to the signs of your majesty in every corner of your creation. Free us from the illusion of purposelessness and fill our lives with meaning and devotion. Grant us the humility of your angels who are never tired of your praise, and protect us from the pride that leads to rejection. Make our every breath and every action a form of glorification for you. O Allah, make us instruments of your truth and grant us success in both this life and the next. May Allah illuminate your heart and mind with the light of this divine ilm. May He make your channel a beacon of guidance for all who seek spiritual clarity and truth. May your efforts be a source of immense reward, and may you be granted the highest stations of paradise. The peace and blessings of Allah always be upon you and your loved ones. May He grant you unwavering steadfastness on the path of truth, and may your work be a testament to His magnificent names, Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim. Amin.